Because of the close correlation between becoming a diabetic and increasing your risk for Alzheimer's, you really want to do everything you possibly can to not become a diabetic and keep your blood sugars under control. Well, a new study has actually demonstrated that exposure to a certain chemical can increase the risk of diabetes by as much as 48%. Let's take a look at that study. This is a study looking at women, but encompassed more than 160,000 women. When exposed to this chemical, their risk of becoming type 2 diabetic increased by 48%. What was that chemical? The chemical was a statin drug used to treat cholesterol. Now think about that. This is a study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine. That's a journal put out by the American Medical Association. And this was a very robust study looking at more than 160,000 women followed for a 5-year period of time. They looked at risk of developing type 2 diabetes in those who were using statin drugs versus those who were not. And here's what they found. Here's a graphic example of what happened to these women. In the red on the right side of your screen, a 48% increased risk in women taking statin drugs in terms of becoming diabetic. Now let me remind you, if you become diabetic, type 2, you double your risk for Alzheimer's, a disease for which there is no treatment. This study, put out in an American Medical Association journal called Archives of Internal Medicine, shows that women taking statin medications have a 48% increased risk of becoming diabetic. This is important information. I really think you should think about it. I'm Dr. David Perlmutter.